Hi, good afternoon everybody. A very warm welcome to Leeds, Scotland and to the beautiful Grand Central Hotel's ballroom. The sun is shining, it's a lovely crisp autumnal day. It's almost like we planned it for you all today. It doesn't always happen, but it's a nice afternoon to spend in the dark. I'm Emma Cameron and I'm delighted to be your host here for this afternoon. I would like to first start by thanking our partners, STV and the Marketing Society Scotland, for their continued valued support of today's event. I'm a journalist and a presenter at STV, and being part of a television company is being a small part of the world of advertising, and I feel very grateful for that. TV advertising means interacting with real people in real time. It's an industry that's constantly evolving in today's interconnected world. I feel it can be clever, modern, and I have to admit, I'm a huge Mad Men fan, so it always seemed like a really cool area to work in. And for us at STV, the adverts that we put on our screens are tailored to our audiences and make a huge difference to not only our output, but as well as drawing huge attention to the company's brands. Advertising is such a large part of our cultural, political, and media landscape. It feels wonderful to have this event here in Scotland to celebrate the contribution of our industry, so you're all very welcome. So I'd first today like to welcome to the stage Marie Owen, founder and CEO of LS Productions and chair of AA Scotland.
Hi everyone, lovely to see you this afternoon. It's up to me to welcome you on behalf of the Advertising Association for Leeds 2024. I have just been introduced, but I'm Marie Owen and I'm the new chair of the AA Scotland. This is my first lead, so be kind to me, please. And I'd like to take a quick moment to thank Brian Cohen, the outgoing chair, for suggesting me into this role. Also telling me I wouldn't have much to do, so I think you told me a little lie there, Brian. But I hope you've left a great space for me to move into, and I hope I can do this role justice. I was at Leeds 2023 in Edinburgh last year, and it was brilliant to be in the room, be involved in some of the discussions and hear some of the great learnings and concerns I think we have as an industry. And I'm just delighted that we're all here again today, and hopefully it'll be just as positive and impactful. I felt as the new chair, it was important for me to understand what the aims of the association are, and we thought it would just be really nice to do a very, very quick recap on that, just for all of us in the room and how important it is as we all lean in and be part of this. So really some of the responsibilities of the association is to be more responsible, really to think about how we promote responsible advertising, how we talk to government, how we talk to policymakers, and how we talk to the wider world. We want to be trusted, we want to build trust in advertising as a sector, but also create trusted ads. And we're doing some of that work through the value of trust work that the association is working on. To be more inclusive, of course that's important for all of us, but really our industry has to really focus on what does inclusivity mean and how we can continue to promote that, and we're doing that through our all-in work. Sustainability is also front of mind for the association, and as sure as it is for many of our businesses. We're looking at the Climate Action Change Programme, that's the Ad Net Zero programme, but I was also thinking about how we sustain our businesses through these challenging times. You know, as industry leaders and business leaders, business owners, employees, employers, it's really important, I think, that we pull together and really think about how we face into the challenges, because since last year even, there's been great change, and I think there's been great change in this industry, you know, pre-COVID and certainly post-COVID. I think we need to pull together and learn from each other about what that change means. I sometimes think as a business owner, it's like we're charting sort of charted waters. You know, it's really hard to work out what's going on and what's coming next. You know, there's obviously been a change in the government. What does this new government mean for us? What will be ahead? We've had the change with the alcohol advertising consultation, which is now, for now anyway, being resolved. And we think there will be a possibility of this also after the evidence review. And also recently with the announcements from the government with the cuts in advertising spend, what does that really mean? What's the clarity for the agencies? And, you know, what will happen to our businesses in the future? And I know it affects many of us in the room, and I've attended already a couple of meetings with people who are more directly affected, and just working through that and trying to understand what we will face into and what that means. And then I think, just as I've said already, the changes in business landscape and operating what is today's world and how do we see them as a challenge. But in my head, that's also an opportunity, and it's a bit cliche to say that when times are quite tough, but I think it's very important that we focus on that too. So then we come to creative excellence. And I think that leads me to think, you know, we work in a bloody exciting industry. We do brilliant things with brilliant brands, with brilliant people all around the world. And we get to live here in Scotland and do that. And I think it's important we celebrate that too. We think about the impact we have on the economy, on people's careers, on children coming out of school, and maybe seeing this as a really exciting and positive aspect for their future and their careers as well. And I think our goal is today that we give some key takeaways that you can take back into your organisations and your businesses. It's great to listen to each other and hear from people on the stage, but what really can you take away and take back, you know, into your businesses, into life that actually has impact? Because we want to help support businesses, you know, improve revenue, sustain, you know, employees, and grow within Scotland and out of Scotland. And I think that's really important. So all I really say is I ask you today is to speak to each other, listen to people on stage, come up and say hello. You see your old friends, but also make new friends, because as a business owner, I've constantly learned and be inspired by the new people I meet. It's one of the reasons I took this role. It's a wee bit out of my comfort zone, but it's also been super interesting in the things I've learned over the last 6 months or so. So speak to new people, let's create ideas, and I think being in this room together, we can make a difference, and that's our responsibility. So I hope we have a brilliant afternoon, hope you all get something from the sessions, and please come up and say hello if you get the chance. But thank you very much.